Hey, it's Rockabilly Brandon right here in Toronto, Ontario. And it's me and Randy again out on the road.
Yes, and we're doing kind of like a special little search today. It's a bit amazing and bizarre, but it's kind of cool. Like, it's very Elvis-y.
And it's for you Elvis fans, because we're going to tell you
a little bit what?
Yeah, we're gonna tell you how a 14-year-old girl brought Elvis to Toronto.
Yes, that's true. And it's a pretty cool story in general for anyone who's a real Elvis fan, because we all know Elvis fans are crazy, over the top, and cool. And, you know, it's always cool when you go and look for something or search for something for another Elvis fan, and especially when he's no longer even here.
This video is for fans of Elvis.
Yes, for sure. Pay attention, we have to jaywalk. Come on. Well, I'm not gonna go without you. Hold on, I gotta wait now. Oh, thank you. It is somewhere right here. I'm gonna try this way and see if my dot goes on top of the dot first. Oh, super cool. Yes, this is it. So we're in Mount Pleasant Cemetery, right? We came here for a very, very, very specific grave today. And this is for the fans of Elvis, and also just for Elvis in general, because it's pretty cool, right? This is about a 14-year-old girl, and her name is Carol Keig Vanderleck Koosman. And I had to look at that just because her name is so long, but people called her Keig, so we'll just call her Keig. So Keig was a huge Elvis fan. At 14 years old, she moved to Toronto. Well, actually, she moved there a couple of years before that, but she really, really wanted Elvis to come to Toronto. And Elvis hadn't gone anywhere else besides the United States to play. And truthfully, he actually never went anywhere else except for the United States or Canada for his whole career. So the places he did play outside of the United States was just in Canada, and that was in Toronto, Ottawa, and Vancouver. And Toronto and Ottawa he played together. But he first came to Toronto.
He did 2 shows in Toronto.
Yes.
2 shows in Ottawa and 1 in Vancouver.
April 1957. And yes, that's all true. Yes. And the reason he came to Toronto was because of this fan, Keig. So at 14 years old, she wrote, decided she wanted Elvis to come to Toronto, and thought, I'm just gonna get a petition going here in Canada to get him here. And she ended up getting about 2,700 or 2,800 signatures, which, you know, at the time, you know, it wasn't like we had the internet and all these things where people could just sign on. That was a lot of work in that time, right? So she got all these signatures together. She then decided to send it over to Colonel Tom Parker. When Colonel Tom Parker got her her petition, he called her and he said, wow, this is really cool stuff. Will you come and meet Elvis? And we are coming down in April, so you are lucky. Now, from what Brandon tells me, he was getting about, what, 45,000 letters anyways from Canada, but it was hers that I think pushed it over the edge. And so when they came down here, there was also a deal happening with a guy named Robert Woolley, who owned a shoe factory and or like made shoes, things like that. And they were doing the Elvis Presley ballet slippers, the actual merchandise. So there is a picture of Keig and Elvis at the Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto in April 1957, holding the ballet slippers that were sponsored through Colonel Tom Parker and all the marketing deals he had made. And so this is Keig's gravestone, and we thought it was pretty cool. And we decided to look her up, and we brought her a little present because from one fan to...
Now let me zoom in on this.
She died in 2011, by the way.
She died in 2011.
Born in 1943.
Born in 1943, so when Elvis came here, she would have been 14 years old. And he would have worn the
gold lamé suit.
And
so
it would have been the
last time he wore the entire full piece gold lamé suit.
So Randy's gonna put and leave. Let me get in on this.
The gold lamé Elvis suit ornament, and I'm just gonna leave it here, and people will just be like, why is this
Why
gold
is that
thing?
Here?
The story does go that she was an Elvis fan till the day she died, loved Elvis, and her joke was that she even had her 85-year-old father finally become a giant Elvis fan.
That is what happened.
So I'm going to go place this on her grave because I think it's pretty cool, the story. Yes, I'm going to try not to fall.
Take my track.
And we are going to put, where should we do it? Down here?
Down. Put him up. Yeah, the building right
like
there.
right there.
Right
by her name.
Now, you see, Elvis is hanging out in the snow.
And there's nothing Elvis liked more than a really cool fan. That's true. So we put it right by her name here at the bottom. And we're just getting a couple shots for our Following Elvis Instagram.
And if you ever come here, just to kind of show you, I mean, what street is this right over here?
This is called Bayview Avenue.
Bayview Avenue. So if you come in on Bayview Avenue, you basically come right in the gate.
Right off of Merton.
The very first left, as you can kind of see the trail, and you come up here, and it's right in the very first road. And there it is. And if you do come here to pay your respects, you will see the little Elvis gold lame suit.
And if you're in Toronto and you do this, we'll think it's really cool if you find it with Elvis's ornament there. So I'll place it in a really cool place just to make sure it stays there. And you know,
people should come and bring, if you're a fan of fans.
Yeah.
And if you're a fan in Canada, here, let me.
See, I'm wearing my little haze ring. Check that out.
Oh yeah,
And my TCB necklace, by the way. See, there I am wearing my TCB necklace and my ring.
So if you're a fan in Canada and you saw Elvis or you love Elvis, you owe it to Zig. Is it Keig?
Keig.
Zig and Keig.
No, just Keig. Just Keig.
I call her Keig. You can call her. I call her Zig. You call her Keig. You can come here.
It says Keig even on her thing there. See?
You can come right here and pay your respects to the lady who brought Elvis
to Toronto.
And it was the only time he performed outside the United States.
And the last time he wore the nudie gold lame suit.
So we're going to go to her house.
Check it out.
Where she lived, where she would have probably wrote that letter.
Yes. Hugest Elvis fan. Probably, I put her in probably the top 10 of Elvis fans in the world, because who would write an entire petition at 14 years old and still be his biggest fan when she died?
Exactly.
So I'd say she's pretty cool.
And we are at 196. I think it's pronounced Airdrie, A-I-R-D-I-D-R-I-E. And this would have been the house that probably Carol wrote her letters from to get the Colonel to bring Elvis to Toronto. Pretty quiet street. I'm guessing this is the original house because of the old part at the top. But there's another address that she lived at right around the corner, so we're gonna go check that one out too. 91 McRae is the other home of Carol, and pretty nice home, Canadian architecture, but she could have possibly written that letter to the Colonel Tom Parker right from this address here in Toronto.
Sit, Elvis, sit.
Woof.
Good dog.